Yo. So today this is gonna be my full guide on the Furious Torrent. Um, we're a few days in at this point. Metas have kind of been set. In the video, I'm going to be going over optional champs, uh, gearing, including artifacts, and then we will go do some runs on my account. And then I also have a clip from currently the leaderboard, the number 3 spot. What his runs are looking like compared to, let's say, the average person. So first off, let's just go to heroes. We'll go look at the gallery. Who are you using in Furious Torrent? So obviously, if you have them, a Lord, Lunaria, or Araka. Araka is definitely the best. Yovar, once he comes out, will absolutely blow Araka out of the water just because you could actually place him, and he's giving so much additional bonus to your star piercers. So obviously you're going to be using one of these two in your comp. Lunaria is great for the Lord bonus, great for the buffing the team, doesn't do any damage in there. So in my last video I did, someone had pointed out about throwing her in Invig, which is a great idea. That was essentially what, like, you'll see later on when we're running the on Zarak's account. You'll see that he has one of his champs in Invig, just because the champ doesn't do a bunch of damage, and he has a couple of champs that does. So from going on there, you have your AoE marksman, and this is Nyx is without a doubt the best person in this dungeon. If you're missing her, you're missing the most damage for sure. So Nyx is definitely the key here, but Razik does a great job. If you do not have Razik or Nyx, you are going to definitely just struggle here. Kai's okay here. He was not impressive at all when we were using him. Definitely wasn't a fan of Kai. But if you need someone for help, he's probably one of the next best subs, and that's being generous. And then also we have one more AoE, obviously, going through Maul. I currently use Maul on my team. I actually used him over my Kai, and he does okay. Nothing crazy like compared to like the Nyx or the Raziks, but definitely gets some damage in. And then following those, you have your big single target people like Silas, who does great damage on the boss. He does great damage on the spears. And he can do some pretty solid damage on fish as well, but you really want him in there for like that when the waves are slow at the beginning and there's not much going on. He's there to really just do damage on the boss and get your score climbing a little bit. Sargak falls in that same category. Definitely someone usable in there. I don't think Hex works too well in there. I haven't really tried him much, but I can't see him being a key person in there. And then we really have our last, like, our flex spot after that. And that's going to be, like, the Pelagios, which you'll see, like, in most of the top teams. I've seen some people run Alora in there that have had great success with her. Brienne, I guess, could if you're really, really, like, looking to budget. I wouldn't recommend her. Theowen is actually very good in there, and I think he's could actually be very good late game with like a Nyx combo. And the only reason that is just that massive slows that he has the ability to bring. So if you get him in the area of Nyx, slowing the fish and just allow her to do even more damage, or like get her in the area of Razik for his ults, he's going to be a big key to your team. I definitely think we could see some 170 scores with Theowen involved. Other than that, we have one other flex coming in, and it is Hatsit. Hatsit's great here, but Hatsit does one thing really well. She lies the defense down, and she has the ult. But when she's not attacking fish, she really doesn't do anything. She doesn't do much damage on the spears, which you need to get down. Um, and overall, I just find her pretty underwhelming. Um, that being said, I still use her on my team just because her ability for the defense down, and I just out of the options I have, I think she is the best. So it's like I'm sacrificing damage on the boss for really the ability to kill more fish and allow somebody else to take down the spears. After that, I don't think there's really other options in here that we're going to be bringing. Oh, I forgot the support option. So we have the Dolores, obviously. Um, most people are going to be using Dolores. But with that being said, there are a few people running the Eloans. Esoteric. You have your Eloans. And then Zukanya brought this to my attention with Dasomi for her magic incense and basically her inspiration to allies. We tested her yesterday. We couldn't get her to work on Razik, but like she was still a great option. Like she definitely boosts Razik damage, but we had more success with Pelagios when we were testing on Xerax's account. But she's definitely an option. And I've seen some people run the double supports. So you have like your Dolores on one buff. Like if you're missing a bunch of piercers and you have her, definitely worth an option of trying. I think her value is definitely rising. She's great in arena now. She's definitely a key hero in a lot of people's healing codex teams. And I think she might actually sneak her way into a lot of the top teams in here if you are missing like a Pelagios or something, because I think you can possibly get some more damage out of using her than you can some other piercers. So that about wraps up like the key champs that we're using. Next, we're going to go into building champs for this dungeon. So I'm just going to go right into Codex. So one thing you will see across these leaderboards, I'll use Xerax's team. I hope they're equipped. Is she doesn't matter too much, but like when you're building like a champ like Nyx or Razik or any of the other ones, is you're looking for really high attack. We found the threshold to be around 17k. So if you when we go through his builds, we will see most of the champs are aiming for that 17k. So we got just under, right over. Silas is one that really doesn't matter though, just because his ultimate is full ignore defense. So he doesn't really need to hit that threshold. So you could really run like the double attack. I think I ran triple crit damage, and it worked better than the two attack one or two crit damage one attack. So I think it just depends on where you're at in the dungeon and really where you're placing him. And then Pelagios is low just because his damage is he's so I think his attack is base low, and then yeah, because he's full attack everywhere. So he's just a low attack in general, but he is in full attacks there. But yeah, generally you are looking to hit that threshold of 17k. It makes the dungeon just so much easier. You will see yourself dropping fishes faster as well. So that is definitely something to look for when you are gearing your champs for this dungeon. If you're not re-gearing like that, yeah, you're going to do okay, but it's just, I'm talking about optimal gearing for this dungeon and improving your score the best possible. Next, we are going through artifacts. So artifacts, there was a lot of misconception coming out the gate that Sharpshooter was going to be just like the king and all be all for this dungeon, and it's really not. Below level 25, your Sharpshooter is just basically useless. It's not going to be proccing. The fishes are generally going to be in your vicinity the whole time, and it's just not going to be nearly as valuable as, for say, a oh, is that there? A Reaper's Emblem. You're gonna see your Razic damage go way up by using this. Obviously, if you have like his exclusive is generally better than this, but only at like the max levels. Or once it's ascended a bit. I don't think a base level exclusive is gonna outdo a Reaper's Emblem. I haven't tested as much, but generally that's kind of with most artifacts. Although I think Nyx's at base is still great. Like you're still gonna get insane damage out of her just because of the pin. Obviously, Nyx best in slot is her exclusive. I think at any level it is just bar none. Absolutely an insane artifact. Definitely one worth investing in. With her being such great value here. Arena now, she is a god in Arena. So yeah, definitely Nyx is on the rise in this game. With that being said, the reason we used this on Pelagios is we were still getting quite a bit of procs. I think he was out of max Reaper's Emblems at that point as well. And this, between the switch of the two, it didn't really make much of a difference. This just gave him a higher attack stat bonus. So I think that's why he applied that one. And then as far as Silas, Reaper's Emblem, definitely probably the best here as well. And then on some other champs like Hatsit, I know Idril's Gaze works incredibly well here for her. I think that's going to be the case for a lot of those lower attack epics or lower attack legendaries. If you're struggling to hit that defense threshold, that's going to be a great option for a lot of those champs. And then obviously, if you have it, Golden Scare, best in slot for Dolores. And then Elowen's, you're probably just running Euphoric. Yep. I think as well on Dasomi. Dasomi, you actually might run Beetle. Or Scarab, sorry. Just to get our ults up quicker. Now we're going to go into... I'm going to be right back. I'm going to gear my team. And we're going to look through positioning. And we will also look through... really what we're aiming for, like as far as like what we need to kill, like because in this fight there is the Octopod. This is the rage one, so killing this one will get you the rage back. Killing this one is just basically a heal back. And then we're going to talk about the placements on the rocks, what I found out to be the best, and really like it's going to be champ based, and it's also going to be where you're really aiming for at your score, because I think the end game setup is going to be different than like somebody that's looking just to achieve like a 120 or even 100, depending on wherever you're at. So yeah, let me re-gear my champs, and then we'll hop into that real quick. All right, we are back with fully geared out people. We're gonna go in and we're just gonna run some autos, and we're gonna talk about the fight for a few times. I'll show a few runs of what I'm doing, and then at the very end I will plug Xerax's run with some music over the top, and that'll kind of be it for the video. I didn't want to make this too long, so here is the run that I found to be the best for me. You can see I split both sides, like the left and the right. I think the bottom works okay, but I didn't find it optimal, and neither did Xerax. Generally, like with this, you have the fish spawning on one side, right? That means the opposite side has all that time to just instantly try to take down as much spears as possible. And then as those fish slowly crawl to that side that already have the spears down, then you could start taking them down on that side that they spawned. That's why I found it most effective like this. The spears are definitely what you're aiming to take down the most. That's how you survive. And that's really where your damage comes from. Like here, I just have all this time to pump out boss damage as well with Silas. Vice versa when they spawn on the other side. Although this team isn't really hitting the boss too much. As far as the fight, the fish that spawn progressively get stronger and stronger. They grow magic res, and I think all their base stats slowly increase. That's why you see it towards like these end of these. Like right now, you can see I'm really struggling to take him down. I think I'm just dead here on this run. Yep, I'm dead. And that's what makes the run fun. Also with this run, there's so much RNG involved. People don't realize it, especially at these top levels. You have like Razik procs, which are he has the ability to proc twice. We have the lovely Dolores RNG, which everyone loves. Other than that, it's just like where, like if you're running Pelagios, you have where he's throwing down his Torrent. If you're running someone like Theoin, it's like where is he slowing? It's just RNG fiesta. So I think it's crucial to keep just continuously running these runs. Like Xerax was talking to me about it, and he's like, I think his initial run was like 20,000 away. Eventually he hit 175,000, and then eventually from there he hit like the triple S, and then he said from triple S he made like 2,000 gains in a row after hitting triple S. And it's just the continuous runs. Like I don't think people understand that those people at the top are running some serious amounts of runs. They're playing with everything. They're testing positions. A lot more goes into it than just, oh, I have all these champs. I win. I know Xerax probably plays Kodaks probably more than anybody I've met. Generally, for the most part, he's running his runs throughout the day, trying to find some good RNG. He sets like just like blue stacks and lets it go. And that's really what it takes at the top. But yeah, obviously his account is stacked and he has some great champs, but the amount of work he puts in to get up there is pretty impressive. So as far as these runs go, if you have like a cluster where you're just running the same one over and over and over again, maybe try and tweak with some timings in there a little bit. The smallest little details help so much. We found that out with like the healing codex, the tank codex. There's just like the littlest amount of RNG in there that really changed the scores up. See, that's the end of my run there. If you guys have any questions, feel free to post them in the comments. I tried to cover as much as possible. There's not like a lot to this codex in terms of doing damage. It's obviously having the champs help. Like you said, Nyx is going to be the key here. And then I hope to set you guys up as well as possible with the gearing. I know a lot of people can't hit those stats, but if you can, if you have the account to do it, please try it. If you're a newer account and this helped you push it all, let me know in the comments below. Or if you have any questions about what you should be running, let me know in the comments below. I'll definitely get back to you guys. Like, comment, subscribe. After this, I will post a video of Xerax's run. It'll just be like an auto like I've been doing. And we'll send you guys... I'll see you guys in the next video. All right, thank you.